All right. So thank you everyone for attending our Koala bi-weekly webinar. We are really honored to have you guys today. My name is Xavier and I am the co-founder and CEO of Koala. And I'm joining you today from Raleigh, North Carolina. So before I start, this may sound cheesy, but for all the teachers, tutors, educators out there, we know you have to deal with a pandemic and pressure from parents, pressure from the school board. You're scared for the health of your students. You're scared for the health of your family. So, you know, for what it's worth, we think about you every day. You guys are freaking superheroes and you really should be paid 100K a year. So it's a small thing, but this tool, Koala, is built for you, okay? It's free, and whatever technology you need, whatever improvements you need on Koala, please just contact us and we'll build it for you. All right, the cheesy part is done. Almost done, actually. There's another cheesy part coming, you'll see. So here's the agenda. Here's what we'll talk about today. I'll take a couple minutes to present to you the Koala team, okay? Who builds the product, who is in the team. I'll take a couple minutes to tell you what Koala is. And then the main piece of this webinar, the goal of this webinar is basically to train you, to get you going so that you can start teaching with Koala. So I'm going to take 30 minutes. And if you have a PC or a Mac at home during this webinar, you can just replicate those steps and follow along. I won't go too fast. If I'm going too fast, please just send me a message in the chat and Ben will tell me to slow down. So I'll show you how to create a free account. I'll show you how to start a class, how to move your avatar around in your virtual classroom, how to customize your avatar, to invite students, of course, how to toggle your camera on and off inside Koala, use the browser, upload documents, use the whiteboard, type text, and finally, how to decorate your virtual classroom. Don't worry if you miss any steps here. This webinar is recorded and I will share it with you on Thursday or Friday. 2 minutes for takeaways. I'll tell you about our next webinar, and the remaining time that we'll have will be for Q&A. Ben, I want to make sure, can you speak right now, or do I need to unmute you?
I can speak. Hi, everybody.
Oh, great, great. Cool. All right. So here's the team, first of all. I'm really proud to work with those guys and girls. Ben, that just spoke, is my co-founder. He was crazy enough to leave a well-paying job at Apple to join me to build this startup. He's in California and his mother is a teacher. Brennan is also a brilliant programmer. His mother is also a teacher, and he builds Koala with Ben and with also the help of Jérôme, who is our very, very well-rounded 3D artist who is based in London and who happens to be dyslexic as well, dyslexic genius. Naomi, super talented. She runs marketing on her own and she builds the video tutorials that you can find on our website. Jan, very patient and empathetic, who runs a customer support. So Jan will actually reach out to you after this webinar to help you if you need any one-on-one training, follow-up, and myself. All right, so what is Koala? I think the, sorry, let me stop sharing. So, you know, the genesis of Koala was Ben and I listening to hundreds of stories from families who had a daughter or a son or both who had dyslexia and who were suffering. Those kids were really smart, but they were really suffering at school because they couldn't find a school that was providing instruction aligned with the way their kids was learning. Well, at the same time, reading books like The Dyslexic Advantage and watching Dean Bragonier's TED Talk about the mind strength, which revealed that kids that have dyslexia struggle at reading, but excel in other areas, such as 3D spatial thinking, episodic memory. So they learn with hands-on experiences. And of course, when forced to move online with COVID, we heard that Zoom was still not the optimal tool for them because it was too much of passive learning. So that's what Koala is. Koala is a free, multi-sensory alternative to Zoom. And of course, the last request we heard from many of your colleagues was to bring a little bit of fun to those remote instructions, because let's face it, for a 7-year-old, it's hard to make structured literacy instructions fun on Zoom. All right, but enough talking. Let's show you the product. So I'm going to share my screen again. And again, if you want, and what I recommend is that at home, you can simply replicate those steps that I'm going through so that you can, at the end of this webinar, you're ready to start using Koala. So the first step is simply to type our website, koala-classroom.com. Ben, do you mind sending that link in the chat as well?
Done.
I'm going to assume, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So koala-classroom.com, and then you open the website, and then you simply scroll down until you see those 3 buttons: download for Windows, download for Mac, or launch in your browser. And here, for teachers, we recommend either to use the Windows PC app or the Mac app. And launching your browser will not give you access to all the features. That's why it's totally okay for students, because those are teacher features. But for you, I recommend that you use either a PC or a Mac today for this training. So go ahead, click on those buttons. For me, I'm going to download for Mac because I have a Mac. And on Windows, once the app is downloaded, or on Mac as well, actually, go ahead and click on the downloader and start installing it. And this can take a couple minutes. So Ben has very kindly offered to play a little bit of guitar right now as we download it.
Yay.
Doesn't get cheesier than that, does it?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks a lot. All right, guys, we know you all had a long day, so we thought that would be a little bit of relaxing time in the middle of this technical training. All right, let me share my screen again. Let's get back to this. So by now, you've probably downloaded the app. For me on my Mac, it's showing here at the bottom. If I click on downloads, here I see Koala installer, and you can simply click on it if you haven't done it already. It will open this installer, and then this window will pop up on your screen, Koala app, and you can simply drag it and drop it into your applications, and that's it. Once you've on Windows, it's pretty similar. Double click on the executable, and it will start updating Koala to its latest version. So once you've done this, all you got to do is click on this, double click on Koala, And what happens once you do this is it opens this window. So first step, it says, welcome to Koala, and I want to host a room. So it works just like Zoom. The teacher can host a room and students can join a room. So if you click on host, you'll see there's an option, I want to join a room. But for us as teachers, we'll keep this. Then it will ask for our email address. So I'm going to type my email address here. No typo, good. And then any username that you want. For me, I'm going to use my first name. And then click start. So you can do this at home. It's going to load for a few seconds, and then you're gonna appear magically in your virtual classroom. Okay. Let me remove this. So the first time you connect to your virtual classroom, it will show this little window here that shows you the 4 only keys on your keyboard that you will use to move around. So don't be scared. Even if you're not used to video game type interface, it's very simple, you'll see. You can use the up arrow to move forward in the virtual classroom, back arrow to move backwards, sorry, down arrow to move backwards, left and right. Let's close this and try it.
All right, just to emphasize,
go ahead.
Those are the buttons on your keyboard. Up arrow,
Correct. Thank
down
you.
arrow, left arrow on the keyboard. You don't actually click on the
Yep.
screen. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So you press up arrow, down, left, and right. So now I can move around in my virtual classroom. So here I can walk up the stairs and visit. So I'll let you do this on your computers right now. All right, so now you've already created your account. It was that simple. You started your class, you know how to move, but maybe you want to know what your avatar actually looks like. So in order to do this, you will see this gear icon at the bottom right of your screen. So go ahead and click on this. And once you do this, you will see this icon that says Customize Avatar. Click here, you will see what your avatar looks like. Okay, and then if you click, let's say on body, you can change here your hair and maybe your skin tone, your eye color. If you go back here, you can add some facial hair. You can have accessories, any kind of fun stuff that you can do as a teacher and that your students will also be able to do to customize their avatars. And believe me, they enjoy this. Cool. Now, the next thing, and then I'm going to take a little break to take a few questions. But now that you know how to move and you've seen your avatar, you see that we're alone right now in this virtual classroom. There's nobody else. And you see at the top left, it says room. For me, it says room Chrome -coverage. This is your room code. So you're seeing, everybody is seeing very different words. It's a unique set of words that's unique to your classroom, and no one else has it. And that's how you can invite students to your virtual classroom. So what I do is I simply take my phone and send those 2 words to Ben. So Ben is going to show us from the perspective of the student so that you can see this. Chrome -coverage. Don't forget the dash, it's important. So I send this, and at home you can send this to whoever you want to invite. And Ben, I'm going to stop showing my screen. Do you mind sharing your screen and showing what happened for the students?
Before we do that, we have a lot of questions. So let's get back to that in a sec, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
Can you show your screen again?
Of course.
I'd like to answer some of the questions here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we have Molly, who said that she downloaded the application, but it says when she launches it that it's out of date. Molly, I wonder if you had the app already installed previously on your system or not. If not, what I would do is I would just put the app in the trash and just re-download it. We have a
Download
question.
the app again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a question, but Gwen is asking, my drag and drop did not install, it went boink. I think the boink sound actually means that it is installed. On Mac, Xavier, can you show how to go to Spotlights and find Koala?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the best way is to go to probably Launchpad.
At the
Click on
bottom there.
Launchpad.
Yeah, if you're on Mac, go to Launchpad.
And then you should be able to find Koala somewhere here.
Right. So that should allow you to run it. We have a question
And then
by
escape to exit.
Lorraine is asking, where do I go for the avatar? Can you just show one more time how to open the
Of
avatar
course,
screen?
of course.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to the app. And here at the bottom right, you see those gear icon, this gear icon here. I click on it, and here there's 4 options that show up, and it's the one at the very bottom. It says customize avatar, and there's a little character with a pencil above it. You click on that, and your avatar edit menu will show up.
So maybe one thing that's important to understand is when you're not in the avatar menu, you're seeing the world from the point of view of your avatar. So that's why in this view, I don't see my avatar, right? So it's as if I was seeing, where the avatar's eyes are, if that makes sense. So that's why there's a special avatar menu to see what you look like. Obviously, people who join the room will see your avatar. If using a school-provided computer that uses Chrome and not Windows, can we use this program? As a teacher, right now, you have to have a Windows computer or a Mac computer. Now, if you're a student, you can join from a Chromebook using the web browser link that we have on the website. Hopefully that answers your question.
And by the way, that's what Ben can show right away.
Yeah. What's a couple more questions, if you don't mind, Xavier, before we show that?
Go for it.
If your avatar does not respond, nothing happens when gear is clicked. Do I need to reload or reboot somehow? Theories, I would definitely suggest you quit the app and start it again and see if that fixes your problem. Yeah. If you don't mind, when you write a message in the chat, address it to everybody, not just the panelists, so people can see the questions. How to move to other rooms. Right now, Eva, we only have 1 room. It's this one. We will be adding rooms in the future, though. Okay, I solved my problem. I had to leave full screen, so I replaced. Okay. Yeah, definitely on Mac, don't run it full screen. There's issues with the mouse when you're in full screen. Make sure that if you're in full screen, you click the green button so that you exit full screen. Can you do this from Safari? Yes, but we definitely recommend Chrome. How do I delete the mustache? You should have, if you cycle through the options of your avatar, you should have an option to remove or to cycle through. Yeah.
There should be an option without facial hair.
Facial hair. So just cycle through until you see the option without facial hair. Cool. I think we went through all the questions. Sorry. So now let's go back to where we were.
All right. So here I'm alone in my virtual classroom, and we will show you how to invite a student. So I texted Ben my room code, Chrome-coverage, and now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Ben is going to share his screen and show you how he would connect to my virtual classroom on his side. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Can you enable share screen for participants? For panelists, sorry. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry about this. Yep, go ahead.
Karen, yes, students do need to use Chrome. We had a question about whether students need to use Chrome, and the answer is yes. It's better with Chrome. It works with other browsers, but Chrome is definitely better. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. So I'm on a regular browser here. I just received a message from Xavier, my teacher, to join their room, and he sent me the code. So I'm going to go ahead and go on koala-classroom.com. So that's the link that we sent you in the beginning. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And as a student, I have 3 options. I can either do Windows, Mac, or browser directly. For the sake of this demonstration, I'll just show you the browser. So I'll click on this button. And It takes a couple seconds to load. So I'm gonna let it load. And then once it's loaded, I'm back to the screen that Xavier showed you at the very beginning. And obviously, since I'm a student, I don't want to host. So I'm gonna click here to change to join mode. So now it says I want to join a room. The routine is the same. I'm gonna type my email if it's not already typed. It'll remember your email, obviously. Um, Note that as a student, you don't need to have an actual email here. Just type whatever email. So it doesn't need to be mapped to your own email, for example. It could be any email. I'll type my name here, and I'm going to enter the code that Xavier sent me. In this case, it was Chrome dash coverage. Important, don't forget to put the dash in the middle between the two words. And when I'm ready, I'm going to click join. So Xavier, go ahead and take over.
Sounds good. You need to make me host, Ben, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you. All right. And now let me show you. So here I'm sharing my screen as the teacher again. And as soon as Ben, as the student, enters this room code, you'll see this notification at the top right that says Ben joined. And there is Ben joining the virtual classroom. Hey, Ben.
Hey.
So here I'm seeing his avatar. Yep. And we can ask him, there you go, to turn on his videos. And we can do the same by just clicking on this camera icon at the top left. Okay, so try to do this. The camera should turn on. So you see now Ben is moving around and we can move around. Follow me upstairs, Ben. So I climb the stairs here by using the keys on my keyboard. And there we go. And we can use space in the virtual classroom together. Cool. All right, Ben, let's go back to the whiteboard, if you don't mind. So we've shown you how to invite students. We've shown you how to turn your camera on and off, sorry. Now, the next feature that is pretty powerful is this browser that you see here. Picture it as, this is basically a big iPad in your physical classroom. And you know, many of you want to use, you said Barton, and some of you want to use Wired for Reading. All of you almost have resources in the web that you want to be using. So let's say for Barton, I want to use Wizimo. All I do is click here and then say Wizimo login. And I browse just like any browser. I go to Wizimo. I want to log in. I click on login. Here, continue to web login. And then I'm just going to type my Wizimo credentials. You don't have to do this at home. I just want to show you that you can basically use any web tool that you would be using on Zoom in here, but with a few extra features. So I'm going to continue in demo mode, choose this, go to my Blackboard.
And by the way, I can
here,
see,
quick tip.
Yeah, maybe something important is that I see the browser as the student, right? So whatever is displayed on the browser, exactly. I can see it. Yeah.
Exactly. So the student, every student in my virtual classroom can see what I'm doing. Here, let's say I'm on the browser and I want to zoom out a little bit because I only see a few of the tiles. So I can click on the top right on those 3 horizontal bars, okay? Top right of the browser and go to zoom out. So here, click on the minus sign. And here, there we go. I'm seeing my whole board. And let's say I'm doing a literacy exercise with Ben. I'm going to spell cat, K-A-T, cat. So just like you would do on any browser, I'm spelling cat like this. And now, oops, sorry. And now we want to ask Ben, Ben, can you please spell bats, B-A-T, bat. So what I want to do to give Ben access to the browser is go here again, 3 horizontal line, the hamburger menu at the very top right. And then you will see under mouse control, an option here with my name and Ben. I'm going to click on Ben and click somewhere else.
And as a student, I can see who has control of the browser. I have a little indicator at the top that tells me that now I have control. So now I should be able to start interacting with it. So I can click on B, for example. I can move it down here and then form the word bat. Just like this. The
Good job, Ben.
thing is kind of weird, but you get the idea.
Excellent. So now let me take control again. So many of you have web tools, but many of you also have local documents, PDF, images that you want to share. And we also implemented this option. So you can simply click on this icon at the top right that has a white arrow and a little documents icon. If I click on this, I'm going to be able to import, for instance, this word list document from my computer. Okay, I open this and it will pop up on the browser. And here I can just scroll down in this word list, and we can do another exercise here with Ben, because I would like to show you the cursor. So Ben, can you please point to the word collision, please? There you go. So here, wherever Ben is pointing his cursor, I can see it with this weird laser going from the hand of his avatar to the screen. So
yeah, I can see
here
the
I can
same.
see.
Yeah, sorry, Xavier.
He can see.
I
Yeah,
can
exactly.
see,
And he can
so,
see my
yeah.
laser as well.
So you don't need to do anything special to have this laser that you see on my hand here. Simply pointing wherever you mean to point, the student will see that laser pointing at that object that you're pointing at. So for instance, Xavier, tell me to read an object, a word that you're pointing at.
Exactly. So here, Ben, can you please read this word?
Absolutely, it's compression.
There we go. And finally, you can see at the bottom, you have those 5 icons. And the one on the left looks like a pencil. So if I click on this, I can now have access to this little toolbox. And I can say, I can draw here. And I can say, okay, please, Ben, could you highlight the prefix in this word? Excellent. And could you underline the suffix? Very good. In order to erase those things, you can simply click on the eraser and swipe on them like this. So you can annotate documents and erase. And the last thing I would like to show you on the browser is this little plus sign. You know very well already how to use a browser. So I go back to the cursor icon at the bottom to interact with the browser, and then I click here. And then I'm back on Google, and I want to go to Seesaw, and here I want to go on YouTube to show some cool videos to my students. You can all do this in parallel, okay? And I'll show you later how you can save your classroom so that all those things pop up at the beginning of your next class. You don't have to do the work.
Xavier, should we take a break to answer a couple questions?
That's an excellent idea. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so I think Brendan has answered some of the questions already.
Okay, thank you, Brendan.
So I'm going to try to filter through them. Okay, so there was a point about Avatar not having legs. That's normal. Right now, just avatars don't have legs. We might add them in the future. It's a choice. Yes. Do we have instructions we can send? Oh yeah, so Brendan has answered this question already about the avatar. Sorry.
I don't know what Brennan said, but we have a page on the website. It's called How to Teach with Koala, and it has a bunch of videos that we built, small, quick tutorials that you can watch, and that will help you get started.
Yeah. I think Susan, going back to making the words on the previous screen, how would you make lists of words with patterns so they are displayed correctly? I'm not sure if you're referring to the specific Wizimo tool we were showing or a generic way to do it. Let's see, Brennan answered. No, he didn't answer this question. Yeah, maybe you can reach out to us, Susan, and we can answer your question more like in one-on-one.
Yeah.
Can mouse be shared between both students? I think Brennan addressed this question already. So the answer is no. Right now, you have to give permission to a specific student to control the browser and then take permission again. So only one person at a time can interact with the browser at the moment. I only see Google on my Koala when I'm with another student. Joy, I'm not sure I understand the question. Maybe we can you can also reach out to us and we can diagnose your problem one-on-one.
Yeah.
How many students can be in a virtual classroom at once? So that's a great question, Christina. Right now, we only support up to 4 students at the same time. As a matter of fact, it would work if you have more people joining, but it might affect the performance of your computer. So we don't recommend. But so yeah, the answer is probably between 1 student to 4. Um, how are you able to move your avatar from one place to another, Mildred? So that in order to do that, you use the keys, the arrow keys on your keyboard. So up is forward, down is backwards, left and right will allow you to turn. Okay, so Susan, yeah, thanks, Susan. Please reach out to us, and we'll look into your problem. The arrows don't do anything, Chris. Interesting. Yeah, Chris, you might want to close the app and relaunch it and try again.
Chris, I'm wondering if your problem is that maybe you select the browser, because if I select the browser,
right.
and if you see this blue highlighting around it, you won't be able to move because the browser is selected. So click somewhere else, like on this house, for instance. I click here, and then I'm able to move around.
Right.
Can you let us know if this is addressing your issue?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's, while we're waiting, we'll just wait. Yeah, I'm getting a message saying that my browser and the classroom screen is not secure, so it won't load my files. Teresa, are you referring to Google? I think you're referring to Google. We're aware of this problem. We're working with Google right now to fix this. We will be publishing an update soon to fix this problem. Is it possible to have tools directly attached to this program, such as magnet letters for the whiteboard, so we don't have to go to another site to get them? Yeah, so we'll show how to do this.
I'm
yes.
I'm going to get to this. Ben, do you mind if I move forward with the demo and we take the rest of the questions
let's
at the end?
Yeah, okay, yep, let's do it.
Sounds good. All right, so here we showed you the browser, and I think some of the questions are about what I'm going to show next. So I'm going to turn around here, and on the right, you're now seeing this whiteboard, okay? This whiteboard is allowing you to, of course, you can keep drawing by clicking on the pencil here, and you can handwrite anything you want. But we also added 2 ways for you to type text if you need it. So you can just click here on this little A icon here, and then you have 2 options to type text. The first one is the sticky note. So if I create a sticky note, I click anywhere, it's going to create sticky notes. And then if I click on that sticky note, you see here 5 options. You can edit, release, scale up and down, rotate, and delete it. So to edit, it's an E. Okay, so I'm going to press the E key on my keyboard, and now I can type text in it. Okay.
So Xavier, can you show the whole process again? Can you show the whole process?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Let me move. I'm going to move somewhere else here. Sticky note can be created anywhere. So click on, you see at the bottom, you have those 5 icons: pencil, eraser, cursor, A, and then something to copy paste. I'm going to click on the A icon here. And then I'm going to click on that, on nothing else actually, and then click anywhere. And then wherever I click, it will create a sticky note. And then if you click on that sticky note and you type E, it will allow you to edit and type text on it. Okay, and then you can set the color of your sticky note here. Let me move closer. So E to edit, okay? And here I can change the color. I can make it bigger. I can underline the text. And you can move the sticky note. You can create letter tiles, and you can put them wherever you want in your whole virtual classroom. Okay, I'm gonna put one here. The second way for you to write text is, let's put it on the whiteboard. I'm gonna click again on this A icon here, and then I'm gonna click on the sticky note right above it. A and then sticky note. And here I see text, which we call free-forming text. Works the same way, E to edit, and then you can type text You can go to the next line. You can, so a much easier way to type more elaborate text than a sticky note. And you can move it by just moving your arrow around. All right. The last feature I'm going to show you today, because I know it's getting like, it's a lot of features, is it's actually a feature that we're really excited about. So I'm going to move upstairs for this. You see at the bottom left of your screen, this little plus sign. I'm going to go to the cursor first, and I'm going to click on that plus sign. Try that. And then upload image. So this is a way for you, teachers, to customize your virtual classroom. We know that in your physical classroom, you used to have a lot of drawings and images on the walls, and this allows you to do exactly that. You can upload PNG file, JPEG files. So for instance, I want to upload this image, I'm going to open it, and then immediately you're going to see this white tile that says loading on it. Give it a few seconds to upload the image. And once this is done, there it is, you can just move it around. So let's say we want to decorate this wall here. And as you can see here, I can hit the plus key on my keyboard to make it bigger. So let's make it big, and let's put it right here. So now I'm starting to decorate my own virtual classroom. All right. And very last thing I'm going to tell you, and then we'll move on to the end of this presentation. At the bottom right, if you click again on those gear icons, you see those 4 new icons popping up. And the one at the top, it's save and quit. So that will allow you to save your virtual classroom as it is. So if I save and quit, if I quit the app the proper way, which is by clicking this icon, next time you connect to Koala, you're going to find the virtual classroom exactly the way you left it. And you can resume work with your students exactly where you left the work with them. All right, I'm going to do this, save and quit. Once you save and quit, it says session left. Thank you for using Koala. How did you like your room? If you don't like, you click here. If you liked it, you click here. And I'm going to say, loved it, but my avatars do not have feet, and submit. So be honest with us in this feedback, okay? This is how we can improve. Tell us if you are missing some features or if you find any bugs. We'll fix them right away. We're updating Koala every 2 weeks. Cool. All right. I'm going to take 3 more minutes to tell you a few last things, and then we're going to move on to a big Q&A, and I hope to answer all the things that were not clear. All right. Ben, can you see my screen? Can you see the big house?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. All right, takeaways. So first of all, we're recording this webinar, so I will share it with you Friday at the latest. So this product is really built for you, okay? It's not perfect yet, but with your feedback, we can make it perfect. So go ahead, start using Koala with your students. It's free. We love feedback. You can email me. You see my email at the bottom of this slide. Good or bad feedback, don't go easy on us. We'll listen to your feedback. We update Koala every 2 weeks. And that way we can build the product you need.
Right.
Jan,
before you continue,
go ahead,
Xavier, I'd like to insist on the fact that Koala is only going to get better from now into the future. We're working really hard on improving it. We're going to add new features. Yeah. We're going to make it better. We're going to support more platforms. So your feedback is super.
If you tell us how to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's totally free. As Susan, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Jan will reach out to you individually to offer personal training sessions over email. And his email is at the bottom here if you want to reach out immediately. If you feel like your colleagues or your school want a training on Koala, this is a free resource for you. And finally, we're doing those webinars every 2 weeks. So the next one is on October 6th. You're of course invited. You can register on our website. Feel free to invite your colleagues and friends if Zoom does not work well for them. And thank you so much for your time. And we will now take the remaining 15 minutes for questions.
So we
Thank
have
you.
a lot of great questions already. We have a question
Let's do
about
it.
we have a question about I would really like to have an option of choosing a classroom versus outdoor playground, for example. Yes, Watson, we're going to be working on adding other scenes, other environments to the world, so that you can switch between one and the other. We have a question about, can you have as many classrooms as you want? So right now you have one classroom. When you save your classroom and just host another classroom, is going to retrieve that same state. You cannot have multiple states at the moment. We are, though, actively working on saving multiple states. So you could potentially have a save under the name Dylan,
multiple classrooms,
and another save under the name Eliza, for example. So we're working on that one. It should be available within a couple of weeks. Yeah, name of the room. So the name of your room changes every time you host a new room. So if you want to invite a student, obviously you have to create the room and then share the code of the room with the student. We're working on improving that as well. When room changes, does that mean I did not save the old one? Yeah, no, it does not mean. There's no relationship between the room code and your save. The save will always persist. The room code will change every single time you load a new room. Theory is asking, how can I get a copy of the slide deck? Xavier, will we share the slide deck?
I can share the slide deck, but regardless, you'll have the video, and the video will include the presentation of the slide deck. But feel free to send me an email to Xavier at einsteinstudios.io, and I can share it with you. Yes.
Right. And I'd like to insist on, please reach out to either Gian, me, or Xavier for questions, feedback, and like we said, we do also personal training. So we'll take the time to make sure that all your questions are answered and all your feedback is heard. I uploaded an image that obliterated my classroom. Interesting. Theories, I'd be interesting to see, understand what image you uploaded and what exactly happened. Option to keep same link for recurring students. Laura, we're working on that one. So we're working on the permanent link feature. We know that's been asked a lot of times. So we're going to be doing that. So any way to delete all that I have written on the whiteboard at one time? Unfortunately, no, Joy, and it's an excellent feature request.
Absolutely.
We will add a feature to delete everything.
Yeah, and those type of feature requests are really helpful. If you can leave that on the user feedback at the end of the class, this is the type of things that we need to hear, and we can implement them really quickly for you. Sorry, Ben, go ahead.
No, it's good. So again, this is free. We're not going to charge for the product. So go ahead and use it as much as you want. And we really hope that it improves your experience, your remote teaching experience. Yeah. Any other questions? Is there when you add features, will you send an email? Yes, Jane. We send an email. Xavier, how do you add people to that list of people that receive this email? How does that work?
If you can put your email address. I don't know. Are you able to chat me? You should be able to chat me directly. If you could chat the panelist only and drop your email address here, I'm going to add you to that distribution list.
So for those who are interested in being notified when a new update comes out and what are the new features, we do send out an email. Please just send your email in the chat right now, but make sure you only address all panelists and not everybody if you want to share with everybody. Yeah, standard wall charts as Orton Gillingham keyword would be good. Okay, thanks guys, appreciate it. Excellent. Yes, perfect. Perfect, yeah, so play around with it, have fun with it, and please let us know what your feature requests are. Perfect. Do you have anything to add, Zev?
Is that it? Was that the last question, Ben?
I think so. I'm going over. couple of things. There's a way to delete. Oh yeah, we already talked about this. I think that's it. And this webinar is recorded, and we will be posting this on our YouTube channel. Which actually, maybe I should share the link to our YouTube channel right now with everybody. Real fast.
There's a question. In the meantime, I'm going to take the next question. Do students just click on a link to get in, or do they need to subscribe to Koala? Today, you as the teacher need to share the room code that's at the top left of your classroom. It's 2 words separated by a dash. You need to send that to your student, and the student goes to our website, starts the app, and joins this classroom and types your room code, and that's how the student will be able to join. I hope that's clear, Mildred.
Quickly growing YouTube channel. Excellent. Thanks, Jane. We appreciate it. Yeah, feel free to spread the word. The word is very important for us. That more people use this, the better it's going to be as a tool. So please, yeah, spread the word, and it will all benefit you guys at the end of the day. So, I think Joy asked, is it the same root code every time? No, it's not the same root code every time. Right now, it will change every time you create a new room, so you'll have to share it again. But we will be improving this, of course. Excellent. I think that's it.
I think you should tell them.
Are you
working on being able to have? Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Sorry, yeah, I was going to answer Judy's question. I understand that for you. So, Judy, how many students do you need to support? Maybe let's just ask you like that. How many students do you want in your classroom? What's manageable? I should want 6 per class.
6?
Yeah. You might be able to try six right now. It might actually work as is. It might be a little bit slow. It might actually work. So give it a try. And if you encounter issues, please let us know.
And Judith, I'd like to add that this is a current limitation today, okay? Because as you saw, we're only a small team of 6 people, but there's nothing we can't do, okay? And longer term, Koala will be able to support classroom of 30, 50, or 100 students. It's just that today, most of our users do not need this use case. But if it's really mandatory for you, Judith, please email me and we'll see what we can do and we'll see how we can implement it.
I have one more question from Christy. Can you run other programs like PowerPoint? Currently you can't, but what you can do is either load Google Slides or any web-based program, or you can export your PowerPoint to PDF, and then you can just upload it with the button on the right of the search bar on the browser, and this will also work. Yeah, so you can absolutely use PDFs and just upload them using that upload button. That'll work. Is there a waiting room system? There's no waiting room currently, but we're working on that one, because obviously once you have a permanent link, we're going to need a waiting room for you to approve people. Students.
But today, in order for students to not join all the same room, we recommend that you do your 1-hour class with student number 1, and then once you're done, close the classroom, open a new one. It will be a new room code at that moment, and you can share that new room code with the new student.
Yeah, absolutely. Can multiple PDFs be uploaded at the same time? Yes, you can have as much as 3 PDFs, so one per tab of the browser. So you can have like 1 PDF on one tab, 1 PDF on the other, and 1 PDF on the third one. Hopefully that answers the question. Cool. Where do we share the new room code? Just copy the code and text it to or email or however you communicate with your student currently. Just send them the code that's displayed at the top left. How do you find your saved room? Right now, the saved room is by default the one that's recovered when you open a new class. So there's no need to find it. We will be adding a menu though, because you will be able to manage multiple saved room in the future. This will come soon. This is the next feature we're working on essentially. Does it sync with Google or other calendars? No, it does not. The whole calendar thing is completely on you to handle. We don't manage calendars. Can the document?
Ben, you skipped the question right above this one.
Sorry, can the document camera screen be made bigger? Good question, Molly. We're working on that as well. We're working on being able to project the document camera on the big screen instead of being this little screen next to your avatar. So we're working on that one.
And Molly, if I may, I'm curious also to hear whether you feel like the pencil that we implemented on the whiteboard inside Koala is a good replacement, a good alternative to using a document camera and have actual paper, or whether you still need to have students handwriting on paper and sharing that document camera. Really curious to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you for all the love. We appreciate it. And
Thank you, Joey.
we'll be continuing
Thank you,
our
everybody.
work here.
Yes, we're only getting started. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening. Hang in there. I know it's a tough year, but we're here for you if we can help. All right. Bye, guys.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for your time. Bye.